Hey guys, how's it going? Jack here today, back with another video, and today I'm going to be looking at my personal top 10 favourite Marvel movies. So, yeah, any Marvel movie ever made, so not just like Marvel Studios, any Marvel movie ever made based on Marvel Comics. So, yeah, while I've been doing a lot of WWE related videos lately, I haven't done any other ones, so I thought I'd do some Marvel videos. So, yeah. And obviously, I've seen Avengers Age of Ultron now 3 times. Such a great film. I thought I'd look at my personal top 10 favourite Marvel films. So, it was quite a tough decision. Um, yeah, to pick 10. But, I am going to do honourable mentions to a few that didn't quite make it. So, ones that didn't make it were Captain America the First Avenger. Brilliant film. I really did enjoy it. It was very different to any other Marvel film. Based during World War II. Definitely Chris Evans. You completely forgot that he played the Human Torch and the other two Fantastic Fours in this film. He really did such a brilliant role for Captain America. I really like the Red Skull. They've done him really well. And it was just a very good story. I really enjoyed how they've done Captain America. Another one was the first Thor. I really enjoyed that film again. Thor was one of my favourites in the Marvel Comics. I thought he's someone they really have to get right. Chris Hemsworth done him brilliantly. Asgard, they made Asgard look beautiful. They really did. Loki, they done him brilliantly. That was very much like the comics as well, that film. I really enjoyed Thor. And another one I really enjoyed was the first Spider-Man. Yes, the first ever Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire one. Another great film as well. I really did enjoy that one. Uh, you know, Definitely was overshadowed by number two. But Tobey Maguire really done a lot for Spider-Man in that film. I really like Kirsten Dunst as well. She was great, Mary Jane, and I just generally enjoyed the Green Goblin as well. I thought they'd done that brilliantly. And Tobey Maguire, in my eyes, really ran out the emotional side of Peter Parker, so I thought they'd done that brilliantly as well. And my final other one didn't quite make the list was um, X-Men 2. Yeah, X-Men 2 didn't make the list. Another great film, once again, but just didn't quite make it. Nothing wrong with the film. Another great film as well. I really enjoyed it. Much better than the first X-Men. I felt, a lot more. People like Storm and Jean Grey, they were included a lot more in this film. It wasn't just based on Wolverine and Rogue. They really got a lot more going on in this film, and Nightcrawler was done brilliantly as well. So yeah, they're the four that didn't quite make it into the top 10. So yeah. But anyway, we're going to start off the top 10 with X-Men 3: The Last Stand. Yes, this was the final in the original trilogy of the X-Men, and yeah, this film definitely I enjoyed a lot more than other people seem to. This film did get quite mixed reviews. Some people just didn't like it, but I personally loved it. The story into it was very well done. Obviously, having the Cure, the mutant Cure, coming out, which was really good, and just bringing back Jean Grey, the Phoenix. How she kills Cyclops was done brilliantly. I really enjoyed that. It was a shocker having him taken out like that. Considering he was on the main in one of the main five in the X-Men, and he was just killed off like that. So it was a shocker. But this film was filled with shockers because also Professor X did technically die in this film as well. But obviously, it was revealed in the Wolverine film after the credits, and obviously the latest X-Men Days of Future Past that he didn't die. But once again, they've done that brilliantly. They really ran out Jean Grey, the Phoenix, in a great way. I really enjoyed that. Magneto, once again, Ian McKellen, fantastic role. Patrick Stewart, Charles Xavier was brilliant. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine was brilliant as well. I really enjoyed the Juggernaut. I thought the Juggernaut was really good. They've done that really well. It's quite a comedy villain, but they've done him really good as well. And it's just guys like Iceman and Shadowcat, Pyro. They got a lot more time in this film to show off what they could do. They really improved. They really include them a lot, and Colossus as well. They really showed him off too. But I just generally thought the story was great. I was really happy they introduced Angel in this film and Beast. I was gutted that he wasn't in the first two X-Men, but he was brilliant in this film. I think the only thing this film was missing was Nightcrawler. It really was a shame they didn't have him in this film or any of the other X-Men ones they did bring out. I think he might be in Apocalypse, I'm not too sure. But, I definitely think Nightcrawler should have been in this film. But still, X-Men The Last Stand, great film. Number 10. Coming in at number 9 may shock some people, you know, with how it's on this list, but it is Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3. Yeah, the Iron Man trilogy I do like. The first Iron Man I really like. The second one, not so much. I felt they went a little bit downhill with that one, but this is, of course, from after the Avengers. So we have Tony Stark kind of trying to get over it, you know, still having nightmares from New York and everything with the Avengers and Loki's army. And obviously it has when the Mandarin, the terrorist, is taken over. I was a bit disappointed how they done Mandarin, that it was just some actor. You know, as a comic book fan myself, the Mandarin is one of Iron Man's main enemies. You know, he is, you know, Spider-Man to Green Goblin. He is, you know, Daredevil to Kingpin. You know, I just felt the Mandarin they needed to get right, and they done it right until they got, you know, to the, you know, to like his place, and then he was just an actor. That's the only bit that annoyed me a little bit about this film. But other than that, it was great. It really was a great film. The Extremis, you know, like the like drug, you know, that's like the kind of like effect chemical that's used throughout this. You know, it's a great comic series. They introduced that really well in this film. That was great. I really enjoyed how they done that, because that's quite a more recent Marvel comic book storyline. So they've done that really brilliantly as well. I really liked, you know, you see a picture there of the Iron Man suits. They've really done that well, especially at the end. Overall, I just think this really did kick off this film, and I think it is the best of the 3 Iron Mans yet. You know, Robert Downey Jr. plays Iron Man brilliantly, very well. It was a very good film. I really enjoyed it. So, yeah, Iron Man 3, great film. Coming in at number 8, we have Thor 2: The Dark World. Yeah, Thor 1, like I said, that was just didn't quite make the top 10, but the second one does, comes in at number 8. This film is great. I really did enjoy this film a lot. I mean, you know, it was set in London, which was really cool. That, you know, the UK got kind of like a film set over here. It was really great, you know, how he returned, and obviously, you know, Loki's army, etc. It was just a lot of fun, you know, it really was, and how you know, Jane Foster was really included, how she got to go over to Asgard with them as well. It was just a lot of great fun. It really was a lot of fun, this film, especially when Thor and Loki team up throughout this film as well. They definitely got their relationship a lot better in this film. You know, you did kind of see the love between the two brothers at some point when they were teaming up, but then you saw betrayal from Loki, and then when Loki did seemingly die at the time. It was just really done well. I really did enjoy it, and once again, Asgard was included a lot more in this film. And yeah, once again, like I said, Jane Foster, you know, Natalie Portman got a lot more involved in this as well. And I thought it was a great film how they done it. Yeah, and like I said, being set over in the UK, they really done that really well. A lot of it was set in London, but I thought it was a really great film. So yeah, Thor: Dark World, great film. Coming in at number 7 is, this is the one that people might criticise me for including on this list, but I do like this film. I'm a huge fan of this film. Spider-Man 3. Okay, this film did get a lot of criticism, but it did get a lot of rave reviews as well. Some people said it was one of the best superhero films ever made. Some people said there was too much going on. I get that. I get there was a lot going on. There was 3 main stories. We had Sandman, he'd been introduced, and Peter Parker wanted to get his revenge on him because he seemingly killed Uncle Ben. We had Green Goblin, which was Harry Osborn wanted to get revenge on Peter. And then we had the Black Symbiote, which of course would lead to Venom. There was 3 main storylines in the film, like I said. That is quite a lot to take in. So you have 3 villains, which is a lot to take in. The Sandman I enjoyed. I really liked Sandman. The only bit I didn't like was the fact that they had him kill Uncle Ben. I think they should have just kept to the comics with that one. I know that it made it a very, you know, different. You know, I know it made like Peter want to hate Sandman, but to me, they should have kept it to the comics personally. But I really did enjoy the Sandman. I thought he was great, really great. I mean, Thomas Haden Church, he played him really well. New Goblin was great. I really enjoyed the 2 fights they had. The one in the street where Harry picked Peter up while he was driving his bike, and then the one they actually fought in Harry's mansion. That was really great. I did enjoy the Black Symbiote. I didn't think we saw enough of it. You know, we only really saw when he first got the suit, and then when he had to fight the Sandman, and then after that it was more or less Peter showing off a bit, which I didn't mind, but I just thought we could have seen a little bit more of the black symbiote suit. Venom was good, but there wasn't enough of Venom. You know, there was only that one fight scene. I just felt we could have had a little bit more Venom. But other than that, I still thought it was a great film. I did enjoy it a lot. You know, I remember seeing it at the cinema as a kid, and I thought it was fantastic. And I still do. I still think this film is great. You know, it gets a lot of criticism, which I can get, but to me, I still think this film is a classic in my eyes. And yeah. Okay, coming in at number 6. I don't actually have it on DVD at the moment. My mate's borrowing it, but it is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Yes. I think that film was done brilliantly. You know, I really enjoyed the first one, but the second one I thought kicked ass. You know, Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, you know, Captain America, Black Widow, they really done well in that film. I really enjoyed the Falcon getting introduced in this as well. The Winter Soldier was done brilliantly. I really enjoyed the fight scenes in this film. The whole shocker where you think Nick Fury was killed in that massive car crash explosion, but he wasn't. It was just full of twists and turns, and it was a lot of fun. I felt the first one was done great in the World War II zone, but now Captain America was being done in, today's century. You know, he had his part in Avengers, but he really shined in this film, and I thought they done Captain America and Winter Soldier brilliantly. So yeah, that was a great film, and I cannot wait for Civil War. I think that is gonna I'll probably do like another top 10 sometime next year, and I bet Captain America Civil War will probably be in that. Okay, coming in at number 5, we have X-Men: Days of Future Past. Definitely the best X-Men film yet, in my opinion. This film was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You know, heading into this film, I was a bit worried how it was going to work because it had been years since they had the original X-Men cast together. But I have to say they topped it off great. You know, having Wolverine go back in the past, find Charles Xavier and Magneto, you know, try and stop Mystique, and then obviously at the same time you've got them currently in the century now getting attacked by the Sentinels. You know, it's kind of they didn't really show off how the government built the Sentinels, etc. You know, they didn't really have all that happening. It's kind of just rushed years later after X-Men: The Last Stand, but it was still done great. It really was. Once again, Wolverine had a great showing in this film, but we saw a lot more of Beast. Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique was done great in this film. Shadowcat had a great role in this film as well. Ellen Page. Yeah, it was done great, and then of course the big twist at the end where both Jean Grey and Cyclops are still alive after Wolverine was able to alter the past, change the future. So yeah, this film I thought was done brilliantly. It really was done brilliantly. By far the best X-Men yet in my eyes. Okay, now we're in the top 4. Coming in number 4, we have Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, this film last year, I'm going to be honest. When I first saw the trailer for this film last June, July, I definitely wasn't sure what to think. I didn't really know much about the Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, me being a big comic book fan, I never really looked them up. But before I watched the film, I did, and I found it quite intriguing. But the trailer just didn't do it for me. But I thought it's Marvel, I'm going to go and see it. And boy, did they prove me wrong. This film was the best film Marvel put out last year, and it is one of the best they've ever done. This film was fantastic. I mean, even people who've done like superheroes liked this film. You know, people were heading into this film not expecting it to be superheroes because it was a sci-fi type film. You know, Star Wars fans like this film, Star Trek fans like this film. It was done so greatly, you know, and it made Guardians of the Galaxy nowadays stand out as such a huge Marvel. You know, it's one of the huge Marvel factions they have now. You know, as one of the huge Marvel brands they have now. It was done great. You know, Chris Pratt was done brilliantly. Obviously, I had Batista in this film, wrestling fans, you know, and I thought he'd done really well in this film. For his debut film, he kicked ass. Obviously, Vin Diesel was Groot, brilliant. Bradley Cooper was Rocket. You know, it was comical in them ways, but still great at the same time. And obviously, it kind of leads into Avengers: Infinity War with Thanos. But I just really enjoyed this film. It was just, I think Marvel proved a lot, and they say is wrong with this film, saying, you know what, you know, we're going to give you a kick-ass film, and they did just that here. This is one of the best Marvel films they've ever made, and it's one of their highest grossing films they've ever done as well. So, yeah, hats off to Marvel for this film. Okay, we're in the top 3 now. That's where things are going to get quite interesting. Number 3, might shock some people again. Spider-Man 2. By far the best Spider-Man they've done yet. This film has a legacy of its own. I mean, you know, this is what Spider-Man is all about. Is this film right here? Alfred Molina playing Doc Ock was brilliant. Doc Ock is probably one of my favourite Marvel, probably one of my favourite, but actually yeah, probably one of my favourite Marvel villains of all time. And I thought him in this film had to get it right, and they got it right completely. I remember watching this as a little kid, and I thought this was the best film in the world. And still to this day, I don't get bored of this film. It is a phenomenal classic film. It is just twists and turns. It was done brilliantly. I mean, obviously, you know, I just enjoyed how Doc Ock worked. You had, you know, Harry trying to find out who Spider-Man was. You had, you know, Peter, you know, trying to fight for Mary Jane's feelings, but he doesn't want to reveal his secret. It was just so much was going on in this film. It was so great. The fight scenes as well with Doc Ock were top notch. I loved the fight scene on the train. You know, when Spider-Man stops the train. You know, the webs. I thought it was done brilliantly. And I mean, this film came out in, I believe it was 2000 and oh there it is, 2004. And the effects they had in this film were top notch. Like I said, this is one of the best Marvel films I've ever made. Classic film. Loved it. Now we're in the top two. Okay. I think it is pretty obvious now what the top two are, or at least what one of them is. So here are number two. Avengers Assemble. What can you say, eh? What can you say about this film? The build-up was brilliant. The fight scene at the end was brilliant. Everything about this film was brilliant. You know, Avengers is just like a comic book fan's dream. And this was a film that Marvel just had to get right, and they done it brilliantly. I just love the build-up to the film, how you have, you know, the Black Widow going after the Hulk, and then you have Captain America being recruited in, you have Iron Man coming in. They all of them not getting on together so well. You have Iron Man and Thor fighting each other. You have Captain America and Tony Stark, you know, bickering. You know, and then you have Hulk and Thor, they have a battle, and then they all, you know, just join forces together here at the end. You know, Black Widow was introduced really well in this film. You know, she done well. Hawkeye was used, not so much in this film, but he got his moment in the second Avengers. But they just got this right brilliantly. You know, this definitely changed the landscape for all Marvel films. You know, and obviously you can forget when Hulk just beats the living crap out of Loki at Stark Tower. That was just funny and brilliant. It really is. Yeah, this film is incredible. And coming in at number one, I haven't got it on DVD because it's not out on DVD yet. Avengers Age of Ultron. Yes, that is my favourite Marvel film yet. I've seen it 3 times already. I don't know if it's in cinemas anymore. I probably might see it again now until it comes out on DVD. But what a film it was. Ultron, they got done brilliantly. They really done that well. The romance between, you know, the Black Widow and the Hulk, you know, Black Widow and Bruce Banner, that was really great. Hawkeye was done really good in this film. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, they had their moment. The Vision, I was so happy how they done the Vision in this film. Hulk versus Hulkbuster. They just, you know, the Avengers was a fantastic film, but they improved it a lot more as well because they had a lot more action, still a lot of build up, but a lot more action, a lot more guys got a lot more time in this film. It wasn't just the main 4. It was just done so brilliantly. It really was. And I just think Avengers Age of Ultron is, for me personally, my favourite Marvel film yet. And yeah, they just done that perfectly. So yeah. So yeah guys, yeah, that is my top 10 Marvel movies of all time at the moment. Obviously I did have 5 honourable mentions as well. Like I said, I like most Marvel films. You know, I mean, I'm a massive fan of Iron Man. I did like X-Men First Class. I did like the Amazing Spider-Man, but they just didn't even, you know, they didn't make it to even the honourable mentions part. But you know, I didn't want to include too many films in this list. But yeah. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching guys. Please, you know, let me know your list in the comments as well. Let me know if you agree with me, disagree with me. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching.